Well, the humidity's still a factor on this fall afternoon, but no rain in the forecast. That's the good news as you look inside Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many? 7.
I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there. It looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Throwing now, DeVito. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 2. They run once more with Stevenson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
This now a 3rd and 4. To throw, it's DeVito. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel...
Allen hit. He lost the football. And careless with a football there on the...
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. A nice little juke. And they'll get this down to the 10. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's Stevenson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. To throw is DeVito. Flushed out right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They declined it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll run with his 2nd-year man. This is Bashal Tootin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's... First play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Now Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That's caught by Myers. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jacoby Myers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from capturing the lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Oh, a good look. And I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over.
Keon White got him there for the sack. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. You look at this Jaguar defense. Yeah, they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How do they get in there and knock another one away? I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And now off to the races, down the right side. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. That'll go down as an 84-yard punt return. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to them.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here's DeVito. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. DeVito going to look to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. On play action, Lawrence. That's complete to Parker Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That's good for a Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, Lawrence. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this one is incomplete. The Jaguars at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And it's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Lawrence will throw. Open man right side, Myers. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Let's go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Lawrence. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
17 yards. That's good for a Jaguars. First down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Tootin now on 1st and 10. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Again, it's Tootin. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
A 9-yard loss.
Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
Cam Little on for the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Marcus Jones on the return. The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Got Dobbs over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 18 yards on that one. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. And he'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now it's DeVito. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
They'll try and throw for it here. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off.
To the right side and intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Jaguar pressure out. Jaguar sack. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. To the air is DeVito. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Intercepted.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And a good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket. No reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's Lawrence. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now Lawrence to throw. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
They'll look to throw here on first down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
From out of the gun, they run with Tootin. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Patriots take over.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Throwing now, DeVito. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Got a man, Boutte. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
23 yards.
This quarterback now, he's hit on just 5 of 15 throws, a poor percentage, but it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's DeVito. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Antonio Johnson. And the Jags are going to take over here up near the 40. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Again, it's Lawrence. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. marker, Washington. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to extend their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
To throw is DeVito. That is caught. It gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's DeVito. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
DeVito going to look to throw it. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. There's that man, Travis Hunter. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. On the ground, it's Tootin to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Once more with Tootin. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Lawrence will throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Finds Tootin out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
Jaguars, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now Lawrence. They'll get this out to Tootin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
And that is incomplete.
This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with two straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Tootin. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for the Jaguars. First down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jacoby Myers, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jaguars are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Cam Little to kick off for the
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. In motion right, Dobbs. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now it's DeVito. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43.
It's a gain of 20.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. To the air is DeVito. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Antonio Johnson. And the Jags are going to have it here just past the 25.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The 71 yards rushing for him now as he's...
Jaguars, first down. First and 10 at the
big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Up the middle, it's Tootin. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So into Pats territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 39-yard line. The give is to Tootin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, partner, Marvin, our number one stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Running straight ahead with Tootin. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange. And they move this all the way down to So this will be a win for Jacksonville. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for Jacksonville, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.